Hey guys, today we're making chubby knot bows. These are the easiest bows I know how to make, and I'm going to show you how to make them on two different machines, either a sewing machine or a serger. There are two styles that I like to make these. One is with alligator clips and the other is tying it to a nylon headband. I'm listing the supplies you'll need on the screen if you'd like to go ahead and screenshot, but I'll also have an in-depth website tutorial linked in the description that will include this as well. The first step is cutting your fabric, but if you want to make multiple bows like I have, I'm showing you how to make a reusable pattern to just lay over your fabric and cut. I used wax paper for this, but you can use regular paper. The fabric measurements are 6 inches by 7¼ inches. Cut the longer edge on the stretchier part of your fabric. I marked mine with the arrows so you can see. This just makes it easier to tie your knot at the end of the tutorial. Another thing I'll add is I prefer to use knit fabric to make these bows. I have used woven, but the bows were harder to tie into a knot because of the lack of stretch in the fabric, and they also didn't look as full as the knit ones do. Once your fabric is cut, fold it right sides together and pin. And you definitely don't have to pin it in all of the spots that I did. It's just the easiest way for me to show you where to start and stop. Remember, if you're using knit fabric, to use a ballpoint needle. If your machine is skipping stitches, it's likely your needle type or size. I'm showing a demonstration of how to make these on your sewing machine first. Sew at a 1/4 inch seam allowance, backstitching at the beginning and end of each seam. And don't forget to leave a gap. It doesn't have to be big, just large enough to turn your fabric through it. Now trim your edges. Turn your fabric right sides out and push out the corners. Now I'm going to demonstrate on the serger. You can skip this part if you're not using this method. You're basically doing the same as on the sewing machine, except we're going to finish our seams a little differently. When I got to the gap, I stopped. I put my needle down manually with the hand wheel, and I turned my fabric away from the needle and serged off. I'm showing two different ways you can finish your serged edges. The needle method is probably the best way to do it, but my lighter hasn't failed me yet and it's faster, so that's my preferred method. Now, if you're attaching your bow to a nylon headband, you need to tie your bow around the headband. Fold each of the pieces in half lengthwise or hot dog style and tie into a knot. And if you're making clips, tie your knot first and then insert your clip into the back of the bow. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching and happy sewing.